Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bantamweight Boxing YouTube channel with me, your host, Michael Waite. I hope you're all well, hope everyone had a good weekend. Massive weekend for boxing this weekend, so many different fights on a massive scale of levels as well, from Ed Matthews versus Blueface Baby to Tank versus Garcia. But I will cover the Garcia fight in another video, but this one is dedicated to the Joe Cordina versus Rakhimov fight that happened in Cardiff. Now, this was a brilliant fight. I had it on DAZN, didn't have to pay for pay-per-view, so massive bonus there. Also, shout out to my brother who let me use his account, so completely free of charge. But yeah, so I whacked this fight on. Wanted to watch some boxing. I knew it was a title fight, both undefeated fighters, so I had some high expectations there. Rakhimov, no pushover, as I said, undefeated, absolute warrior, and he did live up to that in this fight. So the fight started. I think a few people, including myself, probably had Cordina as the favourite. You know, he was in his hometown in Cardiff. The crowd there looked amazing as well, singing the Welsh national anthem. It just looked buzzing and looked like such a great spectacle in I think it was the Motorpoint Arena, like fully sold out. So shout out to the Welsh crowd there, always making great noise. You know, they do it in rugby, but also showing it in the boxing scene. So yeah, you knew it was going to be a cracking fight just from that build up. But yeah, the fight kicks off, and the pace that both fighters set was crazy. Both came out swinging, trading, and you know, you're looking at this in the first couple of rounds and you're saying there's no way this is going 12 rounds, or there's no way they're going to be able to keep this pace up for 12 rounds. We can see Rakhimov has quite, you know, a distinct style. Happy to take a few punches to land them, wants to get in close and dirty, he throws punches in bunches really. And Cordina is probably the more technical boxer, you could say, more kind of cleaner shots, more precise shots, picks his punches, great at countering, and his movement as well. Cordina is something very impressive. You know, he says he bases his style off Lomachenko and his movement off Lomachenko, and you can definitely see that, the way he pivots and creates space. But yeah, the fight starts off, Cordina definitely having a lot of success, picking his punches, landing a few good shots, definitely stinging Rakhimov. But Rakhimov, his work rate was just incredible. You know, no matter what Cordina threw at him, he just came back with more body shots, and yeah, kept working, so he kept staying in the fight, and it was a hard fight to score. You know, I'm trying to rustle my memory now about the exact rounds, but I can't give a breakdown of the exact rounds. But I know in the 5th round is when Cordina finally got a knockdown, landed a really nice shot, and it was a bit of a flash knockdown for Rakhimov. Dropped him, and you thought the tides were turning a little bit there. And then the fight just kind of seemed to switch. Rakhimov almost that woke him up, being knocked down, came back with a great kind of 6-7 rounds, even then caused really rocked Joe Cordina in one of the rounds as well. Cordina showed great kind of you know, championship skill and mentality. He was able to hold on, regather, and come back, and it felt, yeah, around those kind of 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds, maybe that the tide was turning a little bit in Rakhimov's favor, and it was really difficult to score. You know, obviously Cordina had the knockdown, so you were kind of slightly favouring Cordina. He had nicked a few rounds, I thought, but he wasn't doing the main body of work. He was doing the cleaner work, but not the main body of work. And Rakhimov was just so busy that you really thought this could come down to a judge's kind of down to their taste. You know, what do they prefer to see, the cleaner work or more work? And some rounds you felt, oh God, Cordina's got to he's got to do a little bit more if he wants to win that round. It can't just rely on that one sweet shot. Also as well, I thought Cordina was brilliant, but at times he did stand in the pocket with Rakhimov, where, you know, he needed to move away, and it just played into Rakhimov's hands. But at the kind of longer range, Rakhimov couldn't hit him, and the counter shots were all there. The straight right for Cordina landed at will at points. But yeah, going back to the fight, I think then, yeah, getting into like the ninth, going into the championship rounds, and I thought Cordina then came on strong again. He knew he needed to win the kind of last few, and I thought even when it came in even to the last round, I think people were really going, both fighters need this round, and it made for a brilliant fight. It was a real world title fight. Obviously Cordina came away with a victory, split decision. I personally thought that was the right decision. I wouldn't have been surprised if they called it a draw, to be honest. It could have gone either way. One judge had it in Rakhimov's favour, and the other two only slightly in Cordina's. But yeah, easily could have been a draw. I would have favoured Cordina. I think it did play in his hands a little bit that it was in Cardiff, and it was kind of his fight, his chance to become a two-time world champion, which he did. So massive shout out to him. Carrying on the torch for all those brilliant Welsh fighters. Joe Calzaghe was in the crowd, so it was great to see. And yeah, it was just a wicked night of boxing. I thought contender for fight of the year. Honestly, if you haven't seen the fight, it didn't probably get enough attention that it deserved. But go and watch it. Go and watch the highlights. Cracking fight. The tide of the fight just kept swaying. It was Cordina, then it was Rakhimov. And Rakhimov just showed incredible heart in that fight. He had a cut at one point as well. You thought the eye was swelling up. That was kind of around the sixth round or so, and you thought, oh, Cordina's got this. It came from a punch as well, but Rakhimov just powered through and just non-stop, and it was a real test for Cordina. And the fact that he's come through on top there, I think that will take his career to another level. That experience in the ring with someone like that, I really think will make a fighter. So yeah, great fight. I would love to see them run it back again. Just a cracking fight. Really enjoyed it, and shout out to Cordina for getting the win there. Yeah, we'll see what the plans are for him next. Really enjoyed that fight. Hope you guys did as well. Thanks for listening, and do like and subscribe. Now I'm going to do a quick video on the bigger fight, Garcia Tank. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.